Today, we're speaking with a pharmacist, navigating the realities of pressure, responsibility, and resilience in a way most people don't see. In times of conflict, courage is sometimes quiet. You are a mom, a pharmacist. So how do you go about your day?
A typical day for me isn't really typical. It's a constant shift between roles, responsibilities, emotions. I start off my day as a mother, seeing my kids off to school. And then I have my coffee and my 30-minute morning read. This ritual keeps me grounded, expands me before I have to take on the responsibilities of my day.
It does to all of us, the coffee.
Yes. My role begins before I even leave the house, answering to my team, answering to suppliers, trying to put in orders early on.
That's a lot of stress. I mean, and how do you deal with that obstacle, with all the things that are happening in Beirut, with the war going on?
You know, being a pharmacist in Lebanon, and especially during crisis, is a frontline role. It's not a job, it's not a technical profession, it's deeply human. You have to have at the core of it empathy, compassion, proper communication, and it's a big responsibility.
So what are the phone calls that you were mentioning?
I constantly have calls from my patients and sometimes from people whom I don't know, random people who got my number because one day I helped a certain person find a medicine that's out of stock. So they share my number. I try to chase solutions. I try to contact suppliers. I try to find alternatives. Sometimes I contact the doctors. Sometimes I reach out to fellow pharmacists. And really all my respect goes out to my fellow pharmacists who don't view themselves as competitors. They're more like collaborators, especially in the times of crisis that we're passing through. You feel like we're all working together just to find the medicine, the treatment that is missing for a certain patient, whether it's my patient, their patient. We all put our hands together, and this is something really powerful in Lebanon.
And do you think this collaboration, does it help you?
It helps me a lot. I mean, the upside of it is you learn to be so resourceful. Sometimes I send drivers from my end to go to the company, pick up orders, or I send them out to pharmacies in other villages or other cities to just collect the medication so I'm not shutting the doors in front of my patients.
And when did you feel the shift?
Corona.
Corona, wow.
Yes.
What type of shift did you feel?
Corona had a big impact on healthcare and healthcare workers. We were so close and exposed to people's pain, anxiety, loss, fear. And when you're so close to that, you develop a sense of gratitude for what you have, and you stop wanting to compete or thinking about monetary rewards. You just want to think of the human reward. So pharmacists started collaborating with each other, trying to find and seek solutions for the patients.
How do you manage the stress in the workplace?
Well, they say pressure makes diamonds. I mean, being in Lebanon,
I like that.
Uncertainty becomes part of your daily life. You stop fighting it. And the moment you stop fighting it, it doesn't let it break. You don't let it break you. It actually shapes you. It refines who you are, and it helps you grow. And then you realize that not everything is in your control. Some things you cannot control. But what you can control is showing up day in and day out with intention, with strength, and with heart.
I love that. Showing up, just being there. When you graduated from
Ohio State University.
Ohio State, so you lived in the US. So how is it compared, you think, the system of pharmacies?
You cannot compare because it's completely different, two different worlds.
Oh.
My challenges when I was in the US was getting to work, clocking in, finishing my work, counseling patients, clocking out, going home. That was my biggest challenge.
So it's more structured?
It's structured, and don't forget, when I was in the States, I was an employee, so I was not a business owner and a pharmacy owner. So I didn't have the stress and the emotional heaviness of having to provide a healthy inventory and provide the solutions where the system in Lebanon lacks. We don't have a good support system in medication. Sometimes I have a cancer patient coming in, medication out of stock. Sometimes it's a seizure patient, sometimes it's a heart patient. You don't have a system that supports you. You have to find the solution yourself.
And that can cause you stress. So how do you deal with that?
You know, you don't fight it. You get shaped by it. My faith in God plays a big role in my life. When you feel like your day just is stretching you out thin, or it's really testing your capacity, my faith in God reminds me that I don't have to carry it all on my own, and I can get through it.
This is hard.
Yes, I mean, we're not talking about a supplement, a vitamin that's missing. We're talking about chronic illnesses that people are affected by. And believe me, the hardest moment for me is when I don't have an answer and I cannot find a solution. And that really eats me up alive.
And if the system, you think, in Lebanon, the health system was more structured, there was more discipline,
You need a
don't have the
system
details.
that cares.
That's all you need.
Caring, empathy, compassion, these are at the core of healthcare. And the worst part about it is when you do it, when you do go out of your way, when you do import a medication, it's against the law. I take my chances because all I see is this poor person that is counting on me and depending on me, and I have to give them like a thread of hope.
It's your compassionate trait of personality.
Yes.
That's in you, that's inside you, that
it's-
is making this wanting, you know, when you get a patient and they really need it, you're gonna do your best to provide it.
You cannot be a pharmacist and not have compassion. You can't. I mean, you have to feel like my patient's problem is my problem. I'm not the type who just says, sorry, it's out of stock, I don't have it. I won't sleep at night.
Okay.
So I do whatever it takes to try to help.
So do you think AI with pharmacies, do you think that it will take over pharmacies?
Taking over, no. I am with AI because it is the future. It helps remove a lot of small tasks that normally we used to put our time in, but it will never replace us, no. Not in a technical way, not in the emotional way, overall, it cannot.
Do you have a lot of people coming and asking for those anxiety medications that are so unhealthy for the heart and for the brain, antidepressants?
I mean, we don't dispense anti-anxiety medications nor antidepressants without a doctor's prescription. This has to strictly come from a doctor.
Can you say 3 points why they're dangerous?
I wouldn't say they're dangerous as much as misused or abused. So some people really do need antidepressants because it's a metabolic thing, something in their body. It's not producing enough serotonin, dopamine. What I find wrong is the abuse of it and people who don't really need it, who do take it. So those meds have use when put in the right context and for the right patients. They could be very helpful. But when abused and taken without a doctor's prescription, and of course not from my pharmacy because I never allow it, then this is where the problem comes in. You have addiction, you have dependence, and then they can't easily come off of them.
And is there any natural ways other than taking these, hard medications, anxiety, and dangerous ones?
It is tailored from person to person. There is not one solution that works for everyone. But let's say sometimes I advise like a plant like melatonin is safe for sleep.
Okay.
Magnesium is good for stress, for anxiety. Our role is to maybe
guide
and raise awareness on simple solutions that aren't addictive and that the body really needs. Maybe encouraging them to work out, to walk in nature, you know, to have some short anchors in their daily routine that helps them decompress. So we can guide patients in that way, more than in the sense of giving them medication.
Nice. Thank you. And this is Inner Narratives.